Yo, what's cracking, everybody? You're back in the studio, back in the lab with your boy Jelly Dell. So that must mean it's time to get you ready for another episode of the next show. And on this edition, quite simply, Week 8 recap of the NFL picks. There was quite a few blunders to go over, so we got quite a bit of material to discuss here on the show. And anything else that might pop up, Anderson Silva had probably his last fight in the UFC at 46 years old. We'll talk a bit about that. I was hitting up my MMA expert, Zach, and he was just giving me a little bit of insight from a fighter's perspective. So we'll touch a bit on that. And NBA wants to start up the season, which is a good thing for fans like myself. But is it a good thing for guys like that were on the Lakers and the Heat that just finished playing? We'll get into that, all that, and much more coming up. So keep it locked. Stay tuned. Now, first things first. Week 8 NFL picks. So I got my NFL big board up here in front of me, and so like I always like to do after I do my picks, we're just gonna go over real quick just the blunders, because everybody knows that when you pick the right ones, it's always a good thing, but it's always also a good thing to discuss your blunders and see how you can learn from that and pick correctly moving forward. But I digress. So here we go. All right. So first blunder, man. Like Rams, they just played like shit, dog. Like, and I understand, it was like Tua Tagovailoa's debut and whatever, and he got the win, but very very sloppy win. He only threw like 93 yards passing or something like that. Yeah, not good, man. Not good. There's just a lot of forced turnovers by the Rams. The Rams are good, but they don't really seem to be polished, and they really need to learn how to take care of the football. Next blunder, Vikings travel to Green Bay and they take out Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know. I didn't see that one coming. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders. They just walk into Cleveland and get a 10-point win over the Browns. The Browns only put up 6 points. I don't know. I guess Baker Mayfield came back down to earth. Maybe his big head that he got after a couple of wins, um, you know, got to him, and was probably his big head was probably weighing him down, so he couldn't see open receivers. So yeah, man, I don't know what to say. Like I thought, Browns would be at home killing it. Baker Mayfield maybe coming into his own, but he just choked again in a big statement game, in a big bounce back game could have had. Just like when he lost to the Steelers, and everybody thought that was probably a winnable game. But let's see, next one here. Oh yeah, man, freaking Chargers, Justin Herbert losing by 1 point on the road to the Broncos, man. Like, come on, man. I'm pretty sure they were winning most of the game too, so that was just like ridiculous. Let's see here. And then everything else had worked out. But yeah, man, not that great of a week. Um, so we'll see how we do next week for week 9. Hopefully it's a good one. And man, how about them Steelers though, man? Wow, it's crazy. 7-0. My wife Kirsten is like really really happy with that. She's a big Steelers fan, so she's definitely happy to see them riding high. It gives us something to cheer for in the household for football, because Lord knows my Jets are just fucking garbage under Adam Gase. So yeah, and then what else did I want to touch on here? The Spider Silva, 46-year-old man, stepping into the ring, and I mean, Father Time kind of was touched on his shoulder and said, "Hey, buddy, remember me? I'm not going anywhere, and you're not winning this fight." And he didn't, and he lost. So, I asked my boy Zachy Wells, my MMA expert, what what his thoughts were on the whole thing, and he thought that it was it was a good sign of respect for Dana to give him a fight, because the Spider kind of like carried UFC for a few years there during his run, but at the same time, man, he understands that a 46-year-old man should not be fighting in the octagon. No matter in what scenario, in what country, it just shouldn't be happening. So, um, you know, and you know, Zaki sort of echoed those thoughts, saying, that like, if he thought if Silva legitimately thought he could step into the ring and win the fight, okay, but at the same time, he's also got to understand that like he's nearing the end, and to sort of treat this as like as a retirement fight, so to speak. Yeah. So, and the other thing I wanted to touch on as well was, yeah, the NBA restart. So, like, I would honestly, I wouldn't mind if some of the veteran players on the Lakers sat out like, first couple weeks, because apparently, I don't know, they're standing to lose 600 million to $1 billion or something like that if they don't start before Christmas or whatever, or by Christmas Day. So I would love to see like Christmas Day basketball. I think that'd be freaking awesome, man. Let's just get it going, man. See if the Raptors can, try and bring back the championship status, or at least get back to the NBA final or anything. So we'll see. But yeah, I think I'm all for it, man. Like, if guys like LeBron and whatever want to sit out, it's totally understandable by me. Like, especially somebody like him who's gone to so many finals games, and it's always a grind and everything. So I personally, I wouldn't have any issues with guys like LeBron, Rondo, whatever, sitting out first 2 weeks or so of the year. But some of the other guys that had a whole bunch of time off, they definitely gotta like get in there and start playing too. I mean, so a lot of those guys are probably just like itching to get started anyways too, man. Like, wow, we haven't played any meaningful basketball. But I think the commissioner, Adam Silver, he probably thought that by now that that the virus would have calmed down, and they might have been able to at least let in a few people into the arenas or whatever. But it's looking pretty tough right now. It's looking very challenging for him right now to try and do something about this. So, we'll see what happens, man. The players, they say that they don't want another bubble scenario. They want to be able to like, hang out with their friends and family and still play games in their respective arenas and whatnot. So, but how you gonna do that when a lot of people aren't allowing anybody? So you just gonna play in your own home empty arena now? I don't know. It's still gonna have, if that's the case, it would still have like a rec league basketball type of feel to it. So, and maybe it might take away from the competitive nature of it, because you don't have that interaction from fans that would normally be like chirping you or trying to get into your head or whatever. So it's very interesting and complicated and fucked up times, y'all. So we'll see what happens. I would just like to see basketball come back, but they're getting very close to that deadline of of decision day. So they're gonna have to figure out something soon. But a lot of analysts and stuff, and people I watch on TV talk about basketball. Like Kendrick Perkins and others. They always say, that they're very hopeful as well, and they're confident that something's going to get done, because that something's going to get done because there's too much money on the table to lose. So, and you know, you see a lot of players nowadays, they're all trying to get the top dollar, the most cheddar, and it's 50-50 split, right, in this league. So if you're going to throw away all that money on the table, it's not just the league, that's your guys' salaries too. And people have to think about guys that aren't making the tens of millions of dollars like LeBron and others. You got to think about the guys that might be on entry level contracts, the guys that might be on like the veteran minimum, where it's only a few 100,000 to 1 or 2 million, compared to guys making tens of millions of dollars. So all that's got to get taken into consideration. But I think I'm hopeful and I'm positive as well that they'll get it done. Just because it's a lot of viewership to lose and a lot more money to lose as well. So oh yeah, and something else again. Shout out to my boy Mookie Betts, yeah boy, who is of course a National League LA Dodgers champion, World Series champion that has been crowned to him recently. But now he's just been awarded his fifth Gold Glove, and actually. So now he's also just one of a handful of players that have won Gold Gloves in the American and National League. So this guy just continues to crush it, man, and good. So hopefully we can expect only just bigger and better things from him to make his medallion coin card that I have of his just rise in value. So that'd be a very nice thing for myself personally. All right, guys. So on that note, I'm gonna leave you with that. As always, I just want to mention that the show would not be possible without my wife, Boo Kirsten. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. So that's just myself, and that includes my baby Boo, Sophia, my pride and joy, the apple of my eye. Daddy loves you. I hope you're watching this. I hope you guys are watching out there on YouTube and beyond. Remember always to like, share, and subscribe. And you know, be sure to watch this at home, at work, in the car, and be able to get it as well with any type of podcatcher or any type of YouTube to MP3 converter. All right, guys. So on that note, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned again for the next episode of the next show.